Have you ever wondered how a land, once harmonious, became the epicenter of a seemingly endless conflict? A place where whispers of history echo through the storms and the air is thick with unresolved grievances? Today, we delve into the chilling story of the Israel-Palestine conflict, a tale not of ancient religious hatred, as many believe, but of a century-long struggle over identity and land. Brace yourself as we unravel the haunting events that continued to shape the fate of millions. The early 1900s saw the shimmering coastline of the eastern Mediterranean under the golden glow of the sun, cradling a diverse tapestry of cultures. Under Ottoman rule, Muslims, Christians, and a small Jewish population coexisted, their prayers weaving through the air like a harmonious chorus. Yet beneath this seeming tranquility, a stirring began, a burgeoning sense of identity among the region's Arabs, who began to see themselves not just as ethnic Arabs, but as Palestinians, with a distinct national consciousness. Simultaneously, across the sea in Europe, Zionism gained momentum among Jewish communities. This newfound ideology, fueled by centuries of persecution, envisioned Judaism not merely as a faith, but as a nationality deserving of a homeland, Eretz Israel. For countless Jews, the historic lands of the Middle East shimmered like a beacon of hope, an escape from the shadows of persecution, promising a sanctuary where they could finally find solace and self-determination.
And the aftermath of World War I marked the dawn of a new era. The British and French empires, like sculptors of destiny, divided the Middle East into new entities. The British Mandate for Palestine was born, its lines etched in the sand by foreign hands. Initially, the British welcomed Jewish immigrants, allowing them to settle and cultivate the land. The air crackled with the energy of new beginnings. Agricultural settlements dotted the landscape, each a testament to Jewish resilience and hope. Yet, as Jewish communities flourished, tensions with Arab residents grew. The air thickened with unease, every whispered conversation a potential spark in the tinderbox of rising sectarian strife. The British, sensing the mounting storm, began to restrict Jewish immigration. This decision birthed Jewish militias determined to resist both Arab opposition and British rule itself, sowing the seeds of a conflict that would engulf generations.
The echoes of World War II reverberated through the corridors of power, the horrors of the Holocaust galvanizing global support for a Jewish state. In 1947, the United Nations unveiled a plan to partition British Palestine into separate Jewish and Arab states. Jerusalem, a city sacred to all three Abrahamic religions, was to become an international zone. The Jewish community, eager for sovereignty, embraced the plan, declaring the birth of Israel within the borders set by the UN. However, across the Arab world, the plan was seen as another vestige of colonialism, a betrayal by the international community that ignored Arab claims to the land. The subsequent declaration of war by neighboring Arab states marked the beginning of a fierce conflict, one that saw Israel expand its borders beyond those originally outlined and the mass exodus of Palestinians from their ancestral homes. The 1967 war, an intense flashpoint, redrew the map once again, with Israel seizing the West Bank, Gaza, the Golden Heights, and the Sinai Peninsula. The victory left Israel with the burden of governing a hostile population, tens of thousands of Palestinians, many of whom had longed for liberation, but found themselves again under foreign control. The Camp David Accords brokered a semblance of peace between Israel and Egypt, leading to the return of the Sinai Peninsula. Yet the occupation persisted in the Palestinian territories, casting a long shadow over any nascent peace hopes. The landscapes of Gaza and the West Bank, dotted with Israeli settlements, became a mosaic of despair as Palestinians watched their land being parceled off, their dreams of a sovereign state slipping further from grasp. In Eastern folklore, there was a tale of a phoenix, reborn from its ashes, a symbol of resilience and renewal. Could this be a prophecy for the lands of Israel and Palestine? A future where both peoples rise anew from the ashes of their shared history.
By the late 1980s, the simmering tensions boiled over into the Intifada, a Palestinian uprising characterized by protests, boycotts, and clashes. Streets, once filled with the scent of spices and laughter, became battlegrounds. The Israeli response was swift and severe, a maelstrom of force that left hundreds dead on both sides. Yet in the heart of the storm, a glimmer of hope emerged. The Oslo Accords were signed, offering a framework for the potential withdrawal of Israeli forces and the establishment of a Palestinian state. As the ink dried on these historic documents, the air crackled with possibilities. The dream of coexistence felt almost tangible. Despite the Oslo Accords, peace proved elusive. Hardliners from both sides, like shadows cast by flickering candlelight, sought to derail the process. Suicide bombings, protests, and assassinations punctuated the fragile peace. As Palestinian frustration grew, factions like Hamas emerged, their vision of Israel's destruction igniting further violence. The assassination of Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, a staunch advocate of peace, by a right-wing extremist, showed how deeply entrenched and perilous the conflict had become. The peace that once seemed within reach now felt like a mirage fading in the desert heat. In the face of such entrenched animosity, one must wonder, what lies at the heart of a conflict that seems to defy resolution? Is it merely land and politics, or do deeper, unseen currents drive this
The dawn of a
persistent
new
cycle of
millennium
strife?
brought with it another intifada, a more violent uprising than the first. The streets of Jerusalem, Ramallah, and Gaza echoed with a cacophony of conflict, the air thick with the acrid smoke of burning tires and tear gas. Hope was a fleeting memory, replaced by skepticism and fear. Israel's politics veered to the right. Barriers and checkpoints sprang up, solidifying the divisions between peoples. The landscape grew more fractured, walls snaking through the land like scars. The Palestinians, caught in a seemingly ending cycle, grew despondent, trapped in an unforgiving occupation with a future as intangible as mist. In 2005, Israel's unilateral withdrawal from Gaza left a power vacuum that Hamas quickly filled, leading to internal Palestinian strife. Gaza became a besieged enclave, its residents living under a blockade that suffocated both their economy and spirit. As we stand at the precipice, the question lingers: what will it take for this land, soaked with the history and blood of its people, to find peace? In Eastern philosophy, the lotus rises from the murkiest waters to bloom in the light. Perhaps it is in this symbolism that the region's future lies, a future where Israelis and Palestinians can rise above the murk of history and conflict to find harmony and rebirth. Thank you for venturing into this story with me. If you have thoughts or theories about how peace could be achieved, share them in the comments below. Remember, understanding is the first step towards change. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.